guys, welcome and welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. On this video, I am going to be doing a get ready with me because I have some things to say. My face looks so pregnant, y'all. I burned myself and this is what came after, but that's okay. Today, we're going to be talking about setting boundaries as a pregnant person. We're gonna be talking about how to tell people no. We're gonna be talking about how not to let nobody control you and your kid. FYI, I am not linking any of my makeup stuff in this video. It's gonna take too long and I just don't wanna do that. So I have plenty of videos, my everyday makeup routine, if you wanna know what I'm using. Now, if you ask me in the comments, of course, I'm not gonna be like shady and not tell you. So if you ask me what I'm using, I'll tell you, but I'm not about to go step by step and tell you guys what I'm using. I'm just gonna talk about pregnancy boundaries because I need to put a new video out and I ain't really got time for it right now, unless I'm doing it while I am putting on my makeup. First things first, I need to put on my eyebrows. I'm just gonna skim through that real quick and then I'm gonna talk right after I do my brows. Okay, so now that that's over, okay, this is as good as my eyebrows are gonna get. So, boundaries. Go ahead and write in the comment box if you struggle with setting boundaries for people, because that is about 80% of you, and I hate to see it. Lord knows, I really hate to see it. So that is why I am making this video, because as pregnant women, if you don't know, if this is your first ever video that you clicked on, hey girl, my name is Apparently Blunt. I am 8 months pregnant and I don't have a problem with telling people no or setting boundaries, but maybe you do. So like maybe that's why you click on this channel. So I'm just gonna help you, okay? What are boundaries? Let's start there. What are boundaries? Boundaries are non-negotiables, okay? So for example, when you're dating, your non-negotiable could be that, you know, he has to be religious or she has to be ambitious. She has to have a career. Those are non-negotiable. So those can be qualified as boundaries. Let's talk about the different boundaries that you can set as a new mom or as a pregnant woman. Let's talk about some emotions that you may feel, which can kind of let people slide by with how they treat you during your pregnancy, because for the most part, your emotions are all over the place. So people can kind of like, you can kind of let some things slide because your emotions are all over the place. You're probably crying everywhere. Who knows, maybe you're depressed too. So you can kind of like let people get away with treating you bad. That's pretty much how you feel when you are pregnant for the most part. You know, it's just kind of like for me, I have my sad days. I have my days where I'm like, ugh, I hate being here. Like, I don't want to be here. I have my days where like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like now I'm kind of getting over it because I'm almost done, honestly. And when I started kind of feeling bad, that was mostly in my second trimester. And honestly, it wasn't even because of, most of it wasn't even because of pregnancy. It was just other things that I had like going on that were just very stressful at the time. And I just didn't know how to deal with it. My life has totally changed within the last year and a half, like completely, and for the good. But it's just like a lot of different changes that it was just a lot for me. So that's pretty much why like I like kind of had a problem with what was going on in my life. But pregnancy, of course, enhances it. You know, your emotions are stronger. Your feelings get hurt probably a little bit more than normal. So people can kind of take advantage of that. The first thing that we need to talk about when it comes to boundary setting when you're pregnant, let's talk about coronavirus. Let's talk about COVID-19. Okay, so, and like I said, I don't have my baby yet. My baby's not here yet. So I'm pretty much gonna be speaking more for like the, I'm pretty much gonna be speaking more on like the pregnant side instead of like actually having your baby here and being like that new mom. For me, I have a lot of boundaries when it comes to this virus situation, okay? When it comes to my baby, whatever I say and whatever my husband say goes, okay? There is nothing else that anyone can try to tell us or try to manipulate us into doing, because whatever we say goes, okay? So I'm sorry, but not sorry, because if we have a certain boundary in our household, if we have a certain rule in our household, or if we don't let our child do certain things, you need to abide by it or get away from my child, okay? So that's the first thing, okay? So with coronavirus and like people traveling, you know, we're gonna have a new baby soon, so people are gonna just be wanting to be all up on our baby and like all this other stuff, right? My personal boundary is that I want everyone, unless it's me or my husband, to wear a mask when you pick up my child. I don't care if you're vaccinated, okay? People literally think that you're God's favorite child just because you're vaccinated and that you're freaking invincible and that you can't catch a virus, and that's crap, okay? So I don't care if you're vaccinated or not. When you're holding my child, you need to wear a mask, okay? And not just any mask. I would prefer the N95, and I'll have a few at my house or just laying around me if that's what I want to do. This is a non-negotiable for me. I don't have to feel bad for making this rule because it's for the safety of my child. You guys have to understand, newborns are so sensitive, okay? Their little immune systems like literally have not even developed yet and aren't going to develop for a very, very long time. So if I say that I want this, this is what needs to happen. And I highly suggest that you put in some COVID guidelines on your boundary setting for your child, for yourself. You know, we had this one lady who she came over our house and she mounted our TVs. And basically it was her, and she had a wife. So it was her and her wife, and they came over. And, you know, she was about to walk in my house. As soon as she got out the car, I was like, oh, do you have a mask? And she's like, oh, no, I'm vaccinated. I'm like, do you have a mask? She's like, oh, no, like, I'm vaccinated. Like, I'm okay. I'm like, no, I'm pregnant, okay? In this household, everyone who walks up in here has to have on a mask, because I don't know if you guys know. You probably don't know. If you're not pregnant, then you probably don't know, and you've probably never even research this, but let me tell you. So basically, if you get COVID and you're pregnant, when you go to the hospital and they're trying to like work on you and they're trying to like help you and stuff like that, you cannot receive the same treatment as someone who's a non-pregnant person. So like, yeah, you can receive oxygen, you can receive like all of these things, but the same medication that they're giving people to like help them survive and like be healthy again, if they have COVID, they can't give you that as a pregnant person, because your body just genuinely cannot accept that when you're carrying a human. So sis, I'm not going out like that, okay? So if you have to like not like me because I have rules to this house, no. So what happened was, she was like, oh, okay. The lady was like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, I'll put on my mask. And she put on her mask, because if you want to get paid today, you're going to put that mask on when you come fix my TV, okay? So that's just a non-negotiable for me, all right? Also, this has nothing to do with COVID. Don't kiss my kid in the mouth. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me. I don't know where your mouth been. I'm going to be honest. I'm not even going to kiss my kid in their mouth. Like, what on earth? Why, out of all the places that you can like kiss a baby, what is this mouth thing, okay? I don't know who, where, what, on what you've been doing with that mouth. Don't kiss my child. And just know, I'm very alert, okay? Anybody who holds my child, I'm watching you, okay? So if I even look to see you about to kiss my child in their mouth, it's not gonna be a good day for you, and you're probably not gonna like me afterwards, and that's okay. I'm not on this earth to be liked, okay? If you did get the vaccine, like, that's on you, and that's your own personal choice, but I genuinely still don't care if you got the vaccine or not. That doesn't mean that you cannot carry the virus and give it to my baby. And I would be devastated if my baby's over here deathly ill because of you, because you decide to be at all these concerts and dropping it like it's hot, and you have all of these freaking partners that you're with, and you're going on all these freaking dates with no mask, and then you decide that you're gonna pick up my kid with no mask. Absolutely not. So that's pretty much, please wash your hands. Wash your hands with soap, okay? Not just hand sanitizer. I need you to wash your hands with soap before you pick up my kid. They're little, you just have to be really careful about that, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all, when you have all of these boundaries and stuff for your kid, you really gonna piss a lot of people off. So if you don't have tough skin, they're gonna trample all over you, okay? Because you do have the other people, like in the older generation, people who are like 50s and 60s and up, right? Or even 40s, and they have their own way of how they raise their kids. They have their own opinions and suggestions on how you should raise your kid, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean I have to listen to none of y'all, because y'all did not have to go through COVID-19 during this time. You may not think it's a big of a deal that I am telling you that you need to wear a mask, because you never went through that and you don't have a newborn currently, and I don't care about that, okay? So that's it on pretty much health reasons, this vaccine thing, this virus thing. Those are my boundaries. I don't know what you have. I'm curious to know if you have anything that is different than mine, kind of let me know, because I want to know. So let's talk about negative opinion, because people like to talk and people like to run their mouths, and a lot of times people like to talk and they don't know what they're talking about, okay? And I am here on this video telling you right now that if someone sounds stupid, you don't have to listen to what they're talking about. For example, I have never been scared of anything in my life. Anything. Literally, I'm not scared of dying, anything. I am literally terrified of pushing this child out. I like to think that I have a high tolerance of pain, but to be honest, y'all, I don't even think I have that anymore, because of course I haven't had my cycle in almost 9 months. Well, really it's been more than 9 months. And now that I'm in my 3rd trimester, I'm getting like sharp vaginal pains because the baby is just getting ready to like come out. And you know, my baby is just like positioned in certain ways, and like every time my baby kicks, like it can hurt me sometimes, and it really hurts. I forgot what it feels like to have a cycle or have like cramps, and like this really hurts. I am like scared. The closer that I get to my due date, I'm not as nervous, but I'm freaking nervous, okay? So just think about it. If I'm already nervous about giving birth and I'm already nervous about all this stuff, don't you think the last thing that I want to hear is like someone's bad birth story? Someone literally telling me that they almost died during giving birth? Like, do you really think that I want to listen to that right now? Because the answer is no. Someone's telling you their birth story and you see it making like a negative left turn, just cut the person off. Like, just stop talking, please, because I don't want to know that. Positive vibes only. When I see someone taking a left turn and they're telling me about their experience that I didn't ask for, I kindly say, hey, if it's not like gonna help me, I'm already freaking scared sick. So if it's not like something positive, or if you don't have any like good advice tips for me, like, hey, do this position, or hey, walk this much while you're in labor, or hey, do this while you're having contractions. If it's not something that's literally gonna help me, you can actually save it. Like, save it. I don't want to listen to anything that's negative. If people are like, whew, you think you can't sleep now, so wait till your child starts teething, or you think you can't do this now, hey, you think you don't have a lot of time now, wait till your child starts crawling. Oh, you think you're so busy now, wait till your child starts walking and they start getting into things and knocking things over, and oh, wait till they start breaking things in your house. And it's like, I don't remember asking you for none of that. I really don't remember asking you about any of that. Like, why do you think that you have to tell me that? So like I said, I'm very quick to tell somebody I'm not interested in that. I'm in this mom group on Facebook. So if you don't know, like, my husband's in the military. You know, I'm in this mom group where it's nothing but pregnant people and nothing but like new moms, or, you know, more mature moms, stuff like that, giving advice. And you'll be surprised like how many people have so many negative things to say about like breastfeeding. Like, oh, you don't want to breastfeed? Why? Like, breastfeeding is the best thing for your baby. Like, you have to breastfeed. If you do breastfeed, like, try to breastfeed for a year, or breastfeed for 2 years. What do you mean you're not gonna breastfeed for a year? The milk in your breast are like the milk of gold, and it's just gonna help you. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Last time I checked, breastfeeding my child is not gonna keep them out of jail. Breastfeeding my child ain't gonna keep him from fighting your child and punching your child in the face. Breastfeeding my child is not gonna keep my child on the honor roll. Please. My plan is to breastfeed, but it's not because none of y'all are trying to peer pressure me into doing it. It's just because I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to lose weight. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm trying to lose weight. Sis, I'm trying to lose weight. This is super mom. We ain't breastfeeding for the same reason. You think about liquid gold, and I'm thinking about getting a 6-pack. So we are not the same, sis. We are not the same. Say no to people. Like, I literally had someone tell me, and they always be telling me and my husband, like, I'm just gonna let y'all know, you know, being a parent is hard. It's hard. You know, it's a lot of sacrificing. It's a lot of things that you can't do. You know, it's a lot of money. Google has told me that already. So, okay, you got one last time to tell us that. Me and my husband are literally 27 years old and 28 years old. We're not 18-year-old parents. A lot of people would actually say that, you know, we're having kids a little bit later in life. Yes, pregnancy is hard, obviously. Okay, yes, being a parent is hard, but y'all have no idea. Like, I have no regrets in my life. I have nothing else to do. Like, all of my goals, 98.8.999% of my goals, I've already achieved them. I'm not missing out on my goals. I'm not missing out on nothing. Like, I don't have nothing else to do right now, y'all. I moved to Germany. I ain't got nothing else to do but raise this kid. I'm bored, okay? Here's another thing when setting boundaries. This is when your baby already here. If you have boundaries for, okay, you only like your kid to play with certain toys, or you only like your kid to eat certain things. There are some moms and parents who are very strict vegans and vegetarians. Grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents, whomever, you need to respect the parents' wishes. I know you may think that sometimes it's a little dramatic because maybe back in your day, you didn't even know what vegan meant. But okay, we not back in the 40s. We in 2021. People trying to eat a little healthier. You know, people ain't trying to really be sacrificing cows with the beef. So if moms, if parents, new parents have boundaries for their kids, really need to like follow it. I know me, I don't really have like a lot of rules like that because I'm telling y'all, I really don't care about a lot of different things when it comes to stuff like that. So I just feel like, hey, it is what it is, like whatever. But if I was the type of person that had like a lot of rules and boundaries, like, okay, I don't want my kid eating this, or I don't want my kid having candy, or I don't want this, I don't want that, you better follow them. Oh, you gonna follow them. Because let me catch you not following them, it's over and done with. I'm not no passive person that's gonna be like, oh, I don't like confrontation, so I'm not gonna tell like my mom or my dad or like my sister or brother that I don't want them doing this with my kid because I'm the youngest and I just care about what people think about me. Like, y'all, you're gonna get shut down, okay, over here. So luckily, I don't even care about a lot of things, but if I did, I'm gonna tell you. I don't care if you're my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. I don't care if you're my husband's like family. If I don't like something, you best believe you're gonna know about it. Just because I respect myself and that people need to respect what I say. When I say something, I mean it. So respect what I say. And you need to be that way too. If you genuinely don't want your kid eating meat, why are you allowing your mother-in-law or your mom to feed your kid meat? And you're not saying anything about it. Honey, I would just never understand that. But this is why we're making this video, okay? So that I can just inspire you guys to put your foot down on the things that you believe in, on how you want to raise your child. Tell people no. No. Why don't y'all like telling people no? Like, for real. Honestly, I don't understand this, but I kind of want to try, but I really don't care. But like, for real, why don't y'all like telling people no? For example, when you have a new baby, everyone's excited. Everyone wants to see your baby, but you don't want people coming over right now. You just had your baby last week. You just had your baby last month, 2 months ago. If you don't want nobody coming, I'm breathing hard, y'all, because I'm in my 3rd trimester, and look it up on Google, we can't breathe, okay? So I'm tired. If you don't want nobody coming over, y'all, tell them no. This person at your house won't go home. You need to tell them they need to go home. I'm tired. You need to go home. Y'all need to start knowing when to go home. If your family, your friends visiting you and y'all staying more than X amount of weeks, whatever your boundary is, go home. Why is you still here? Like, for real, like, go home. You don't like your house, or what's up with that? Luckily, my husband and I, we don't have a problem with that, because we tell people you need to go home. Like, before we have family or friends come visit us, we both sit down and we be like, okay, how long did she say, or how long did he say he coming over? And then we be like, okay, yeah, that's straight. We like, okay, yeah, that's straight. And we be like, they coming over for how long? How long if it's at our house? If you seriously don't want nobody coming over your house for a certain amount of time, you can tell them no, not right now. Or you can tell them like, hey, we kind of want more time to spend like with just us. So right now, I mean, maybe can you just come for a week, or like just do like maybe 5 days for right now, because we got a lot of stuff going on. Maybe we're going out of town, whatever. I don't know how many military people are watching my channel, but I want to touch on this. If you're in the military and you live overseas, if you don't know, you're gonna know real soon that your family can be a little overbearing, okay? Everybody wants you to go here, especially if you got a new baby, a new child, whatever. Hey, mom wanna come here. Hey, like, you just cannot overwhelm yourself when it comes to like trying to please people when it's time to go back to the States and visit your family. Like, I am not superhuman. I am not superwoman, and I cannot be in all these places at one time. So you need to set a boundary up. Hello, you need to set a boundary up. And if people really want to see you and your baby, they need to come to you, okay? I'm not saying this should happen like all the time. It shouldn't happen all the time. But for the most time, y'all, like, it's hard and it costs a lot of money to be trying to see all these people. Like, it's a lot of money. So if you want to see my baby, and I'm speaking for mines and mines, you want to see my baby, you may want to come over and meet me at my mama's house where I'm going to be at. Or meet me at my uncle's house where we probably going to be staying at. Because we're not going to be doing all this back and forth and spend all this money for all this stuff. Now, we'll do it because, you know, our baby's about to come here and everybody's excited, whatever. But please, like, you need to get your behind and come over here to Germany if you really want to spend a lot of quality time, like, with our baby. Like, we just cannot be putting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go all the way back to the United States multiple times a year. Like, we're going back next year, and it's gonna probably run us like $3,000-$4,000 total for like everything we're trying to do. Sis, I'm not finna be spending $10,000 every single year, twice a year, to try to do all this stuff. Like, no. And y'all have to set these boundaries up with people, because if not, people will literally like try to play you and be like, oh, you spent 3 days at this person's house and you only spent this amount of days at my house. Like, why you do that? Like, that's not fair. Like, what are we talking about? What is we talking about? What is you talking about? What's not fair? I ain't with it. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you are one of my relatives or family members, or one of my husband's like friends or family, and you didn't like this video, I don't care. This video was not directed toward anybody. This video was just another like video in my whole pregnancy series that I've been doing the last few months, just talking about pregnancy and talking about different things that people should know about. I genuinely just wanted to tell people like how it really is like being a pregnant person. If you're not trying to help me, if you're not trying to help me and my kid out, my husband out, if you're not trying to send positive vibes, don't talk to us. Like, that go for me, him, and my little poo in here. Like, we good on that. Like, please, no drama. Say the drama for your mama. You feel what I'm saying? We're not doing none of that. This is for you guys too. If you got family members, you got friends who just dramified, you got friends who don't know the new you, that, hey, like, now I'm carrying a baby, now I'm married, or now, you know, I have a lot more responsibility. If your friends don't understand that, drop them. They need to go. Okay, like, you don't need them no more. Your life has transitioned into something else, and you have a big responsibility right now. You have this little human that you're making. That's your number one priority right now. So that's a boundary that you need to set. Hanging out with the bros ain't necessarily number one no more. Okay, hanging out past this time, no, because I need to check on my wife and check on my kid and make sure they straight. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all these girls' nights may be a no for right now because you have bigger responsibilities. If you have self-respect for yourself, you're gonna have to step on toes and hurt people's feelings. And that's just what it is. Like, if you don't hurt people's feelings, then you don't have self-respect for yourself. Like, some things that I say are gonna hurt you. I'm sorry, if you wanna stay in my house for 3 weeks, no. That may hurt your feelings, but that's a self-household boundary that me and my husband have, you know? Like, if you don't wanna put a mask on and touch my kid and that hurts your feeling, you think that I'm calling you dirty, maybe you are dirty, okay? But I didn't say that, you did. Okay, like now we're talking about something else, okay? I'm gonna end this video. I love you guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll talk to you later.